What's up, everybody? How you doing today? It's your girl. Together we break chains production. I know you saying, "Oh my gosh, is she doing an upload? Oh my God, where has she been?" You guys, with a whole lot of encouragement from you new and the Wolfpack family, I have decided to go ahead and try my hand at doing an upload. Now, I'm a little rusty because I haven't been doing uploads in a while. I've just been posting, the products and things that I make, you guys. Also, I do t-shirts now, and I still do my crafting, and the t-shirts are on sale. I am going to upload some of the t-shirts and the designs that I am going to be selling. Okay. So with that being said, you guys, let's get into this story that is very, very heartbreaking, very heart-wrenching, very grisly, very disrespectful. So this comes out of Georgia. All right. I was at first I did this story, but I kept doing retakes because, like I said, I'm out of the loop and I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. So thank you guys for still rocking with your girl. Thank you for not unsubscribing to me. I appreciate it. So this comes out of Georgia, and it states, now there's a lady on the right and there's a gentleman on the left. There's a right. You know what I'm saying. Y'all, look, see, I told y'all I'm out of the loop. So let me go ahead and read it. Grisly alleged details emerged in the execution of missing mom Brianna Wilson, 23, that not even we were expecting to hear, a Georgia police official said on Monday. You guys, this story is so sad. This guy right here is a monster, a total monster. And before I begin, I just want to inform women and men alike, just because you see a person that looks good, smell good, have a lot of money, all that good old stuff, when you first meet people, they're going to put their best face forward. They're going to woo and swoo you and make you feel special and good about yourself. They're going to do everything to impress you until they get you into the position where they want you to be, where you have caught feelings and they know it's going to be hard for you just to walk away. So, perfect example, and I hate to bring this gentleman up, Puff Daddy, for an example. Okay, the girl wanted Cassie, I don't mean no disrespect. Cassie wanted a career with her singing, and Puff Daddy, told her that he could help her, but he lured her in. Okay, so he put his best face forward in order to lure these people in with, hopes of getting a contract, modeling career, or whatever else it is that, his promises were. And once he got them in a position where they were pretty much quote unquote trapped, then, he laid out his plan. He executed all the plans that he needed to lay out. So that goes with dating as well and meeting new people. People have hidden motives, hidden agendas, okay? And me, typically, if I meet someone and we sit down and we conversate, and then you start telling me all the negative things about your ex and the negative experience, I'm going to side eye you, because I'm like, okay, it takes two to tango, and you're telling me all this stuff and you're not pointing out that you made mistakes either. So we got to listen to keywords. We got to listen with our heart, and we have to listen with our brain, okay? Because your heart won't steer you wrong, especially if you are really truly paying attention, because people say things and they fly right over your head. People are gullible, and people that are master manipulators, abusers, users, all that stuff, they know how to pick out their next victims. So pretty much what I'm saying is, stop looking with your eyes like, ooh, he got a nice car. Oh my God, he got nice clothes. He smell good. He's clean. Even the people that are big time execs, like girls used to wish, oh, I wish I could be with this star. I wish I could be with that star. But then you hear the horror story after the wife or the husband divorces the individual, that the life wasn't easy. A lot of people back in the day used to wish that they could be Janet Jackson. And Janet Jackson came out and stated that for years she was in an abusive relationship. You don't know the life story of these people. They show you the glitz and glamour, but you don't see the undertone of what's really going on. So, enough with that. So let me go ahead and get into the story about this monster. And I'm sure she didn't see it coming, okay? So it says a Georgia man has been arrested on accusations he terminated, executed the mother of his child, and burned her remains after she learned he had secretly married another woman, says authorities. And he did this marriage in January of 2024. Okay. During their investigation into the disappearance and the execution of Winston, excuse me, you guys, 23 of College Park, Georgia. Oh my God. Clayton County Police unearthed alleged intricate details that not even we were expecting to hear, Lieutenant Shanti Marbury said at a press conference on Monday. And I was listening to one of the ladies, and you'll see the video here shortly. I'm going to brush by it because I want to finish the story and let you guys listen to it. Winston was reported missing at the beginning of April of 2024 when her worried family hadn't been able to reach her since mid-March, according to police. Okay. Her family became further concerned when they discovered that her apartment had been completely cleaned out by the father of her child and living boyfriend, Michael Edwards. Clayton County Police said in a statement on April the 26th of 2024. On Monday, police announced that they had arrested Edwards in connection with Winston's execution after their investigation led them to Tennessee. So people are like, why in the world he do this in Georgia and then, export her, or however you say, transport her remains to Tennessee? It gets deeper. Let's keep going. In early May of 2024, detectives met with an unidentified man in Gates, Tennessee, who agreed to speak to them in exchange for immunity since he had allegedly helped Edwards dispose of Winston's body. Marbury said would not give him immunity to nothing. You helped, you knew better. You could have said something. You could have spoke up before you got busted. Come on now. That's the problem. They're soft on criminals. We need to stop that soft on crime stuff. Detectives learned that on the morning of March 17th, of 2024, Edwards went to the apartment where she confronted him after learning about his infidelity to her. Marbury alleged on Monday they argued and police allege he choked her. Marbury said. So he got mad and he choked. I'm going to brush past this video, you guys. I already watched some of it, but I'm going to let you guys hear it in its entirety. Edwards placed Winston's body in a suitcase and drove to the unidentified man's house in Gates, where they put her body in a burn barrel, doused it with accelerant. For those that don't know what accelerant is, like gasoline, alcohol, or anything that's going to set it ablaze, okay? And set it on fire, police allege. They burnt it for 4 hours until just skeletal remains were left. Marbury alleged then they used a shovel to break down Brianna's bones in an attempt to speed up the burning process, she added. This is horrific, you guys. And for those, I wish I had that trigger warning sign, which I'm going to try to find, because this is a trigger warning. And I'm sorry I didn't say trigger warning before. It was disposed of a portion of the remains along Interstate 40 in Tennessee. Marbury alleged the other man dumped her remains in a cemetery behind the church, she alleged, which was in the woods. So the cemetery was in the woods, so it wasn't out like in the open big field cemetery type of situation. So let me continue. On April 4th of 2024, investigators interviewed Edwards, who was arrested on a warrant for aggravated stalking for allegedly violating a protective order stemming from an alleged October 2023 domestic violence incident involving Winston. So this dude, he didn't care. He absolutely did not care. And I knew for a fact that it was not his first rodeo just by listening to, the way he responded to her. So you can definitely tell if you take your time and you do your research on these people, and now you have to go into the databases and do background checks to find out if this individual has any cases from the past where he actually have done things to other people. You know what I'm saying? You need to do that. Don't sit there and just take it. Don't sit there and just know this stuff about these people, because if you know this information about these people and you choose to ignore it, then you're putting yourself and your family in more harm's way than anything in the world. So start using common sense and stop letting your eyes and lust and greed, control your situation. All right. So, whew, this is. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Let me go ahead. Okay, so on April 4th of 2024, an investigator interviewed Edwards, who was arrested on a warrant for aggravated stalking for allegedly violating a protective order stemming from an alleged October 2023 domestic violence incident involving Winston's. Okay, so we read that already. Marbury said Edward is also charged with aggravated assault, malice, execution, felony execution, and tampering with evidence. But this is not where it ends. Let's keep going. Oopsie, I went a little bit too far. Marbury said the case turned into a family affair. You heard me, a family affair. Let me tell you something. If my son knocked somebody off and said, Mama, can you? No, that's an individual sentence, baby. I love you, but you got to pay. I'm not about to help you do nothing unless I'm there and somebody is trying to take you away from me in the self-defense. Okay, I can see that, but you getting angry and throwing a fit, nah, not gonna happen. So this situation to me makes me believe that he was a domestic abuser already, and that's why she had that order against him. So did his wife not do the research, his new wife? Okay, so yeah, it turned into a family affair when Edwards allegedly looped everyone into this crime. Everybody. Okay. On April 5th, investigators interviewed Edwards' wife, Brianna Phillips Edward, who was arrested on a warrant after allegedly providing false statements to police, Marbury said. We also learned in they also learned in that interview on April the 5th that she had secretly married Michael, I guess that's how you say his name, on January 25th of 2024, and that nobody was aware that the two were married. Marbury said, woo. So you living with the young lady and then you get married and she finds out, now you mad. So let me read this. Okay, this is the same thing. They're talking about that she's a missing person, and they went to the apartment and found the same thing I just read. Found that the house was emptied out, and the family visited her workplace. That part I didn't know, and also found out that she was scheduled to work on March 17th of 2024, but never arrived. Ooh, excuse me, guys. So this is new. The circumstances surrounding the disappearance of Brianna Winston were exceptionally suspicious in nature, which caused the Clayton County Police Department Criminal Investigation Division to assume the case to determine Winston's whereabouts. Thus far, detectives have been able to determine that Winston vanished during the early morning hours of March 17th of 2024, and they believe that she was a victim of a crime that left her incapacitated in some way to date. Brianna Winston has not been located, but all points of evidence indicate that she is not here anymore, and detectives will proceed with the case as a homicide investigation. Michael Edwards and his wife, Brianna Phillips Edwards, are considered persons of interest in the disappearance of Brianna Winston, and detectives are still actively working on the case and gathering evidence in hopes of finding her remains. Anyone with information regarding the disappearance of Brianna Winston is asked to contact the Clayton County Police Department, and they provide a phone number. So let me continue, you guys. And the new wife, Lord have mercy. How did I forget her name that quick? I guess because she's not important to me. So let me go back up here. Brianna, okay. Okay, Brianna Edwards Phillips. This is the new wife. She is also accused of providing Edwards with a vehicle to take Winston's remains to Tennessee, Marbury said. So she acted like she didn't know, where the girl was, but she allowed her husband to take her car and, so that he could transport the girl remains to Tennessee. Also, she was arrested. Also arrested were Edward's mother, Ebony Anderson, and his brother, Keelan Wright, on charges of conspiracy of tampering with evidence after they alleged disposed of a pair of shoes and a pair of gloves. Edward asked them to burn during a recorded jailhouse call. I keep telling people over and over and over and over, when you go into a prison, jail, or any kind of facility where there's police, holding tank, no matter what it is, they are going to record your phone call. Not only that, they're going to also set up an informant that is working with the police to befriend you to see if you're going to run your mouth and give them any more additional information that they may need. So they know what they're doing. But the wife, he called her on the phone and asked her to get rid of the shoes and the gloves. That's how the police were able, to catch the wife. But the brother also agreed to help the wife. So that's how he got involved. And how mama got involved, child, I really don't know. We will find out as this story goes on. Okay, so we stopped at where they recorded the call at the jail. Edwards is charged with malice execution because the crime took some forethought, Marbury alleged. It was not a crime committed in the heat of passion. I don't know what I saw. In the heat of passion, there was malice there. He was ticked off. I believe that she probably said, well, since you married, I'm just paraphrasing, I don't know. Okay. Well, since you married, you could get out. Don't come back. I'm gonna put you on child support. You'll never see. See, those are the things, and I'm not saying that she said that, but when a man is enraged, one of the things you need not to do is start talking crazy, because all that's gonna do is add fuel to the fire. You just say, get off me, leave me alone. If that's what you want to do it. Go ahead, do what you want to do. You want to be with your wife, be with your wife. I don't care. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. I don't care. You married, so what? That's your business. You got to deal with that. But I definitely would not tell him, I'm going to put you on child support and I'm going to take everything that right there will turn that monster into a raging beast. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes when we get mad as women, we need to learn not to say certain things. Let them be angry, go off, and as long as you can get them out of your house. If I'd have found, I said, oh, you married. Oh, okay. You married now. Okay. All right. And what that means, nothing, you married. So then that means you need to be over there with your wife and leave me alone. Something like that. And I won't bother you. Don't bother me. And I wouldn't say nothing. You want to see your kid? That's up to you. I wouldn't say anything like, you're not going to see your baby. I'm going to put you on child support. Da 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 da. No, I'm not going to feed that. I'm not going to do that. I've seen it too many times, and I'm not blaming her, you guys. So please don't take it as though I'm blaming her. I'm just telling you some of the things that can enrage an already heated nut. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this: they said that the story is alleged, but it's true, and I guess they got to cover their own butts. Okay, the opinion. No, excuse me. I don't know why I said the opinion. The option was to walk away. She continued. You have the option to walk away from arguments. Yes, it would remain held without bond at Clayton County Jail, and he never needs to get out. Um, I don't know what type of relationship him and his mom have. I don't know his upbringing. I don't know why she would involve herself. You know what I'm saying? So that side of the family um pretty much are in prison. So the only thing that child has now is the mom side of the family minus having a mother. The father, you might as well say, "Hey, daddy's gone too," because he's never going to get out of prison unless they well, the only way he'll get out unless they give him some electricity or an injection. So we don't know which one is going to take place. So we just need to pray for the family, for the women and the men, the kids, anybody that's in a relationship where there is DV. There's a hotline that's at the bottom of this. So let me finish reading this really quick, you guys. So it says it is unclear whether he or the other have retained attorneys who can speak on their behalf. It is not clear if any of the defendants have entered pleas to the charges they face. And they said if you are experiencing DV, call the National DV hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or go to thehotline.org. All calls are toll free and confidential. The hotline is available 24/7 in more than 170 languages, guys. So I'm going to go back up because I want you guys to hear what the officer said. I was listening to a bit of it and I got kind of disgusted with it because I feel like these people are doing things and these jails and politicians are soft on crime. So here you go.
Good afternoon. I'm Major Frank Thomas, the commander of the Criminal Investigations Division for the Clayton County Police Department. The Criminal Investigations Division was made aware of a missing person case on April the 2nd, 2024. It was very suspicious. The Major Felony Unit Commander and her staff immediately began working the case. The case was ultimately concluded as a homicide. To solve this case, they used over 1,100 man-hours, executed 26 search warrants, digital media forensics, search and rescue canines, bank records, social media sites, and good old-fashioned police work. I want to thank the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for the continued support and endless hours assisting my detectives in Tennessee last week. I'd also like to thank the Clayton County Sheriff's Office for quickly arresting all offenders in this case who are not already incarcerated. I'll now turn it over to Lieutenant Marbury, the Major Felony Unit Commander.
I'm Lieutenant Marbury, Major Felony Unit Commander at CID. So on April 1st, Brianna Winston was reported by her family as a missing person after they had not seen or heard from her since about March the 16th. On April 2nd, we assumed the investigation. It was myself, Sergeant Bice, Sergeant Teskey, Detective Bryson, Detective Moore, and Detective Wright. We tirelessly worked to figure out exactly what happened to Brianna. So after employing several investigative measures and obtaining more than 20 search warrants, the investigation led us to Tennessee, where we found answers that left us some happiness but a lot of sorrow for Brianna. On Monday, May 6th, we traveled to Tennessee and we were received by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, who had on our behalf enlisted the assistance of other agencies such as the TWRA, which is the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, and also first responders within the Madison and Lauderdale counties. On May 7th, we started our search along a stretch of I-40. We were looking for the remains of Brianna. We eventually traveled to Gates, Tennessee, where we were met with a man who we believed would be able to tell us the full story on what we had been piecing together for approximately a month. After reaching a dead end, in pleading and basically negotiating with him for the truth, as a last resort, we introduced the offer of a proffer, through which he provided us with the intricate details that not even we were expecting to hear. So we sat down with the Lauderdale County ADA, Ms. Julie Pillow, and in that room, the man confirmed that on March the 17th, Michael Edwards arrived at his home, and he took a suitcase out of the trunk, which contained Brianna Winston's body. Together, the two men placed the suitcase inside of a burn barrel located behind the home. They doused it with accelerant, lit a fire, and they kept that fire burning from the early afternoon until nightfall, burning Brianna's body until she was just skeletal remains. The man told us that both he and Edwards used a shovel to break down Brianna's bones in an attempt to speed up the burning process. And then once nightfall hit, Edwards took a portion of Brianna's remains, which he was to dispose on the side of the highway. The man also told us what was left within the burn barrel, he took and transported to a church in Ripley, Tennessee. He took that barrel behind the church and dumped the remains in a cemetery in the wooded area. When we asked how it was that Brianna was killed, the man was able to tell us that Edwards did go to Brianna's apartment during the early morning hours of March 17th, and in an argument where she had confronted him after learning about his infidelity to her, he choked her.
See, I want to stop it right there. So you go off and get married. You're going in between two women. You know what I'm saying? And then she finds out. Did you not ever think that she would find out that you did this? That's the part that get me. These people don't understand that there are ways for women and people and men to find out if you are cheating on them. But you're bold when you do it, but when you get caught, you want to get upset, you want to get mad, and you want to put your hands on me, and you want to hurt me because you did something wrong. That's something I will never understand. Let's continue.
Assisted by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, as previously mentioned, we recovered Brianna's remains at the cemetery. And prior to, prior to traveling to Tennessee, we interviewed several people. Brianna Edwards Phillips is one of those people that we interviewed. There was also Ebony Anderson, who is the mother of Michael Edwards. She was interviewed as well. On April 4th, we interviewed Michael. On the 5th, we interviewed Brianna. And during that interview, it was found out that she had provided several statements that were verbal and written. They were false. And for that, we did take out an arrest warrant. Also learned in that interview on April 5th, we found out that she had secretly married Michael on January 5th of 2020.
So you married this woman married this man. So if, first of all, if I'm married and you're messing around on me and the girl confronts you, I'm not going to help you do nothing. You're going to do this all by yourself. I'm not about to help you do. You're not going to ask me to burn no evidence. You're not about to ask me to lie for you. You're not about to put me in it. Just as well as I knew you, I can leave. I don't understand why people put themselves in situations knowing that there's a possibility that you could be caught. This dude was very selfish. He was very selfish because he hurt his mom, his brother, his friend, and his wife. So now it's like four people with him. You know what I'm saying? This was a group effort, and he didn't care about none of them. All he cared about was himself, what he wanted. And my question would be to the mother, whenever he threw a tantrum or got angry or upset, did you give in to his demands? Did you give him what he wanted if he got angry and threw a fit? Because that's what it sounded like to me. I could be wrong, but let's continue.
24, and nobody was aware that the two were married. So, Michael, on April 8th, we took warrants out on him. That was for aggravated stalking. That was related to a previous case.
Hold on. That just reminded me of something. You said that nobody knew that they was married. So you mean to tell me that you were married to another woman and this other woman allowed you to keep going back and forth? How did you juggle that between the two women? You know, the wife had to know that you were still over there, you know, having intimacy with your child's mama. How did that? Did you split the time between the two? Did you tell her you was going to stay at your mom's house? How did that happen? How did that work when you were not coming? Well, I guess because the woman, okay, the girlfriend had a restraining order on him. Okay, I get it now. I get it, you guys. You know, sometimes my brain got to catch up. I get it now. She had a restraining order against him, but prior to that restraining order, how did you split your time? That's what I want to know. Prior to that restraining order, how did you split your time between the two women? Did you marry the lady once the restraining order was put into place secretly? How did that work out? And I want to know, how did she find out eventually that you were married? These are some questions that I would love to have answered.
Where he was in violation of a stay away order from October 23rd, 2023. It was October 13th, 2023. It was a domestic violence arrest that stemmed from an incident that occurred between him and Brianna. Um, and while reviewing jail calls, we heard Michael tell Brianna Edwards Phillips to burn a pair of shoes and a pair of gloves. Um, he also told her that his brother Keelan Wright would assist her with the burning of these items. Um, upon returning from Tennessee, we were able to obtain arrest warrants for additional arrest warrants for Michael. They were for aggravated assault, malice murder, felony murder, tampering with evidence. Warrants were obtained for conspiracy to tamper with evidence related to Ebony Anderson and Keelan Wright, because we found evidence through our search warrants that they had in fact burned the shoes and the gloves that Michael asked them to burn for them. We placed an additional warrant out for the arrest of Brianna Edwards Phillips after we found evidence that suggested that she had provided Michael with a ride to Tennessee, and she also was very well aware of his whereabouts on March 17th while he was there burning Brianna's remains. Are there any questions?
Was
Wow.
Brianna Phillips Edwards, did she go with him? You said provided a ride. Did she go with him?
No, she did not travel to Tennessee with him.
Just provided a
She provided her vehicle as a mode of transportation. Michael did not have a vehicle.
And the mother, what was her role in this?
The mother, we have evidence that suggests that she took a part in burning the items that Michael called and asked to be burned from jail on April 8th.
Okay. So the wife gave him her car to transport a body of a person that was unalived to a whole nother state. This woman, you guys, I'm gonna keep on listening because I had a thought, but it just flew by me. So you mean to tell me you knew that this man took this lady's life? You gave him your car to take this woman's body to a whole nother state. So you don't think anywhere that this man could actually one day do the same thing to you? Honey, you wouldn't use my car for that. No, 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 no. Unless you told me something different and I didn't know anything about it. Yeah, you could use my card, but if you telling me, hey, I gotta do this, that, and the other and get rid of this, nah, baby, you better catch the Greyhound, because you're not using my car, and don't call me and ask me to burn or do anything for you. Let's continue.
I gotta ask you, it sounds like a family affair involved in.
Well, it turned into a family affair. He definitely looped everyone in to this crime.
What was the proffer for the gentleman, the person in Tennessee?
What,
The proffer.
it is what a proffer is. The proffer is that he would provide information to the district attorney's office in exchange for immunity from being charged.
So he has immunity.
He does.
Lieutenant, these are very gruesome allegations for what happened. I mean, is that the reason why?
Okay, but he helped them burn the body. He helped him carry that body across multiple states. He should not get a proffer. He should not get a plea deal. He should not have to serve time for what he allowed himself to get involved with. He should not. He actually sat there and helped this man dismember and get rid of evidence. There is no way he should walk free. No, heck no, absolutely not.
By the malice murder charge, it was malice as opposed to something else?
It was malice murder because it took some forethought. It was not a crime that was committed in the heat of passion. There was malice. There was some intent there. The option was to walk away. You have the option to walk away from arguments.
How crucial was that?
Yes, you do.
Investigation, getting everybody involved behind bars and charges.
All the evidence in this case is exceptionally crucial. I don't think one piece outweighs the other. It all fits together to tie the puzzle pieces.
How much information do you think Brianna Phillips knew? Like, did she know the choking happened when it happened? Did she know how early did she know about all this?
It is very hard to tell how much information she had. Everything that we have spoken to her about has led us to believe that it was a substantial amount of untruthfulness.
She knew. I guess that's his family.
Family does.
I guess that's her family.
In closing, I do want to say that we are surrounded with family members here, only because without them, we wouldn't have gotten where we were in some of the parts of this investigation. They filled in those gaps for somebody who wasn't around, showing what their day-to-day routine was, and we were able to already show the day-to-day routine had stopped. So they were very crucial in it, and we've been with them the whole time. And we really appreciate their support and being able to close this case for them. That's all we have. Thank you.
Thank you.